The Amazonian, pledge our loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Our legacy to the hero who fought along the gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with the holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
Yes. Good evening from Europe. Good evening from Amazonia. Good afternoon in the United States. Good night, good morning in Asia. Fellow Amazonians, this is your unbound statesman and comrade, Dr. Julius Nyi, the Vice President of the Ambazonian Governing Council. I am now deputizing for Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the leader of the Ambazonian Governing Council and the Ambazonian War of Independence. I come to you today for a very important message regarding issues that have come up in the last 24 hours regarding the leadership of your God-ordained quest for freedom. Your leadership in the Ague of Sea, in the name of Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, including some other leaders of the different organs of the organization, were visited yesterday around 12:40 p.m. Amber time during the day. They came to their abodes in the US and in Oslo, Norway, with search warrants. Your leader was taken away for questioning. He was arraigned in front of a judge for alleged incitement of breach of international humanitarian laws in Cameroon. Other comrades that were visited in the United States and questioned as well have been released, but your leader is still being questioned by the authorities in Norway. I can confirm to you that we are in contact with your leader through his family and an assigned solicitor, or what you call lawyer. I can also confirm that your leader was being questioned today, and your leader was dressed in his normal Ambazonian colors, topped with a cap with the inscription "No Blinking." I can also confirm to you that your leader has been schooling the authorities in Norway through the question and answer sessions about the allegations levied upon him on the Ambazonian cause. I can also assure you that the Ambazonian leader, in the name of Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, is doing well and he's well kept by the authorities in Norway. I can also confirm to you that this arrest is not the first of its kind. The questioning is not the first of its kind. It has happened before, 3 years ago to be exact, including myself, where the Irish authorities visited my abode. We know the origin of these arrest and search warrants. They come from a dying occupier, La République du Cameroon. The recent search warrant and arrest for questioning has been engineered by a failing Cameroon, and directly as a result of the overwhelming support that Ground Zero gave to the 2 weeks lockdown. It is testament to the intimidation tactics of Cameroon towards the leadership. It is an attempt to try to decapitate the leadership of your struggle. But rest assured that in the last 24 hours, the Ambazonian Governing Council has put in motion the strategic plan for continuity, the strategic plan for succession. And I applaud all the leaders, all the head of projects, all the fighters, all the sympathizers of the Ambazonian Governing Council that have kept their composure, that have kept their resilience, that have respected the statutes and the rules governing continuity and succession within the Ambazonian Governing Council during this short period where the leader is unavailable. Following the legal counsel's advice, there is a maximum duration for which the leader can be questioned, and thereafter that duration, the leader can be charged or becomes a free man. Ambazonians have been arrested in different countries around the world, including the United States, in relation to the war that was declared on the Ambazonian people by Cameroon. We have won in every battle. I can assure you that the lectures that Dr. Cho is giving the authorities and the clarity that he would provide will push the Ambazonian cause forward. The Ambazonian Governing Council and the Ambazonian Defense Forces have conducted self-defense actions against Cameroon declared war with observance, strict observance of international humanitarian law and the War of Conduct, the Geneva Convention, although Ambazonia is not signatory to that, because we knew from the beginning that this was going to be a trump card for Cameroon. The Ambazonian Governing Council has also made sure that the code of conduct of its self-defense forces, the code of conduct of the political, the diplomatic, and the civil wings have been seen, commented, and feedback provided by international human rights organizations. And that feedback has been incorporated into our working structure processes and the very codes of conduct. And as such, the Ambazonian Governing Council is confident under my leadership at the moment, until the leader is a free man, to continuously follow international rules and norms, international humanitarian law, good practice in war, in order to defend our territory, in order to crumble Cameroon that has lost legitimacy, has lost the power to govern, has lost the power to institute schools, to institute local authorities within the Ambazonian territory. I have some news for Cameroon. You can arrest every Ambazonian. The war will continue, including myself. I know arrests are on their way. But as our saying goes, Soldier go, soldier come, barrack remain, the war continues until we are free. We have signed up to free Amazonia, and Cameroon should understand that this is the generation that would bring an end to its adventure, to its calamity in Amazonia, and that as you have been defeated on the war front, this shows the signs of a dying regime, and that we are prepared at any moment to continue with our offensive and defensive actions that have been ongoing in the ground in the last 3 to 4 months. Cameroon has lost international standing. Enablers have been recruited. Blacklegs have been recruited. It is the policy of the Ambazonian Governing Council that we are and we will, using the arm of the law, look for blacklegs, enablers, as well as Cameroon apologies during and after the war. And we will bring each of you to justice. For the international community, this once again shows you the brutality of Cameroon. However, it is the duty, the responsibility of the Norwegian government to make sure that it is not harboring anyone within its territory that is infringing international law. And from our legal counsel, we understand that due process is being followed, the president is well kept, and at the end of the process, as it has been in the past, Amazonia will be the winner, the hero. Fellow countrymen and women, in the next 6 days, we are going to celebrate our Independence Day. This is a calculated attempt in Norway and in the United States to search the residence of our leaders, 3 of them in number. This is a calculated attempt to dampen your spirit after a successful lockdown. This is a calculated attempt to make sure that you are demoralized and you don't celebrate your Independence Day. I can assure you, in the last 26 hours, I have gone through every single barrack. The leaders of the barracks have gone through every single barracks. Our forces are at alert. Our forces are preparing for 1st October. Civilians and schools are preparing for 1st October. In the diaspora, all the different missions that would march, that would petition governments, that would celebrate Independence Day, all the projects are ongoing. The different organs of the Ambazonian Governing Council has once more shown how resolute and how determined and respect for the very charter and codes of conduct that they've put in place to make sure that whether it's Dr. Cho or Dr. Nyi tomorrow, the quest for our freedom will go unabated, and that we will be unflinching, we will be unblinking in the face of international conspiracy engineered by false allegations from Cameroon. Fellow countrymen, we have to be proud as a generation that against all odds have crumbled Cameroon's institutions, power, and military that has stationed and ingrained itself in the Ambazonian fabric for the last 60 years. We have done that in less than 8 years to institute ungovernability. Thanks to the heroes, to the civilians that put themselves in the line of fire. This arrest for questioning by our leader is a great opportunity for us to once more highlight the plight of the suffering of our people. It is an opportunity for us to continue with our diplomatic moves and to continue to mobilize our grassroots. In the next few days, I'll be holding a panel discussion with other leaders within the Ambazonian Governing Council to look at the rationale for the success of the last lockdown that was scheduled for 2 weeks, and it went for full 2 weeks in the entire territory. At that point, lines will be open for any questions and other developments about the state of the leader, if it's not yet out by that time following Norwegian law, will be discussed. Fellow Ambazonians, Saturday would be your fundraiser day, where you use the funds to engage in humanitarian activities, to support schools, to support community health centers, and to support those that put themselves on the line to defend your independence, declared, affirmed, and being defended by these valiant boys and girls, and your defiance to the entire regime of Cameroon. I can also assure you that the Ambazonian Governing Council has, through its Law and Justice Department, has assembled a group of legal experts to make sure that the leader is well represented by independent legal team in the Norwegian court, should it come to that. And that all organs of the organizations are working according to plans that were laid out, should there be a temporal vacuum, as we find now, or a permanent vacuum. And that we have been at this before. We will leave no stone unturned to hunt the perpetrators of genocide in Ambazonia, be them Ambazonians or Cameroonians. We will leave no stone unturned to make sure that Cameroon pays for its failed adventure in Ambazonia, and that for any Cameroonian venturing into Ambazonia to burn houses, to kill civilians, your days are numbered. We are the never again generation, and we will make sure that your generation over the Mongol lives to remember this failed adventure in Ambazonia. Fellow countrymen and women, this is the time to show your solidarity. Your faith lies in the Ambazonian Governing Council, and you have shown through your support time and again how dedicated you are to the quest for freedom. You have shown through your civil disobedience, the country Sundays, and other actions on the ground and beyond, how your identity and values are Ambazonian and not Cameroonian. And in this regard, I can assure you that that intuition is coming from your leader, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. I can also assure you that in the next few days, he's going to present a vital case for the freedom of Ambazonia. He's going to school the authorities on what they don't know, and that Cameroon's failed charges will be disbanded. Hail, hail, land of glory, Ambazonia for life.
Ambazonia, pledge our loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Our levels to the hero who brought the lonely gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meet in shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of His nation. Cambazoians, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our needs. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of His nation.